What's going on, everybody? Spaceballs here. Welcome back to another Calibria Crystal Guardians video. Today, guys, we are doing another account review for zmurph. Today, we're going to be going over his account. He just wants some guidance. He just wants to know what he should be doing next, what he should be focusing on. So we're going to go over his account today. We're going to give him some guidance. We're going to let him know what he should be doing, where he should move on to next, what he should be focusing on, farming, and all that good stuff. Today, I was looking in the Discord. There's a lot of new stuff coming to the game. We got new monsters. We got a bunch of bug fixes. I will go over that in another video. I don't like to go over too much until the stuff actually hits the game, because sometimes they put stuff out there and it doesn't actually make it to the game. I know most of the bug fixes will. As far as the new unit goes, I believe her name is Yuki, and she's going to be coming from the world boss, and she's only going to be available on PvE. I think it's a really cool idea, but we'll get into that in another video. For now, let's get into zmurph's account and let's get him rolling in the right direction. Now, he is a free-to-play player. It seems that a lot of these account reviews that we do are for free-to-play players, which is awesome because I'd love to help you guys. So here we go. Let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, we got the mermaid. Too slow. She's way, way too slow. I'm not sure what you're using her for. The setup is good. The setup is very good. But she's too slow. So first things first is we're going to take this off of her. This is the first issue. Let's lock it, even though it's a magic rune. So you definitely don't ever want to max this rune out to begin with because it is a magic rune. Now, I did go over this count all day. I was supposed to do this early in the morning, and I ran into some things I had to do. So I've been going over this count all day, and the one thing I'm noticing, it doesn't have a lot of runes. So zmurph, the first thing I'm going to tell you is start farming those runes. If you look at any account review that we do on this channel, these boxes are stuffed with runes. Like, they have 500 plus runes on their account, and it's because all day long they are farming as much runes as possible, whether they're 5 stars, 6 stars, whatever it is, but they're constantly farming their runes up, whether it's C12, L12, Lair. Now, I could tell you now, because I've been going over your account, you're ready to start building your Lair team. I would recommend doing a little bit of C12 and L12 on the side as you grind up your Lair team, so this way you can get a couple more runes in there, because you're lacking like defense runes and support runes. But it's not a big deal. You could still get it done. As I showed you guys the other day with Crazy Pants account, he didn't have 1 defense rune. He had 2 defense runes actually total, and one of them was usable, and we were still able to make him a 99% Lair team, which now he has like 200 plus conflict runes, and he's going to be farming Lair no problem. So that is the point, like, with these account reviews, is to get you guys rolling in the right direction, get your team where it needs to be, so then you guys can focus on it and get it to where you want it as a player. So here we got a speed one, which is maxed out. Now, this isn't a terrible rune. It is a wild rune. It is defense, but it's maxed out, so we will put this rune to use. We might actually slap this rune on her, because she has all broken sets anyways. She's got a counter set, and I think she had a blessing set. So we could take this rune off her as well, because it looks like you use your mermaid. It looks like, I don't know where you're using her, but it looks like you're using her. So we can definitely put some decent runes on her. Maybe we can even get her on a full agile set. So let's just de-rune her. Let's just de-rune her altogether, and we're going to come back to her. Now, I know you guys saw this already. My man has got a Poseidon, and he is ruined very well. He's actually ruined very well for where you are in the game. He's on a full Berserk set. He's got very good decent defense, decent HP, really good speed, a little bit of crit rate, a little bit of crit damage, a little bit hit percentage, but he's got a 60% lead, which is the best lead in the game. So you don't really need to put too much hit percentage on him, because you can always just use him for his lead. So that's totally fine, because he'll be at 80% with the lead. And he's got decent resistance. He's got 66% resistance. So we probably won't be changing too much on him. And this guy's honestly going to carry you through a lot of your content. You could probably even use him in Lair, no problem. You could probably do something like with the skill cooldown. This one here. Now, I don't know if this would be the best one for Lair. Attacks all enemy 2 times. Each attack deals 100% of attack and damage and has 60% chance to affect targets with damage reflection. Now, if the boss can take this damage reflection, this would actually be really good. I'm not sure, because I don't have Poseidon. I never tried it, so I don't know if the Chimera takes this debuff. Well, I guess you got to test it out, but if he does, you can definitely use him in your Chimera team. Okay, so that's him. We're not going to touch him. We're going to leave him alone. He's totally fine from what I can see here. It all depends what team you're running at him. Now, Masashi. Just giving a skim over here. I'm just looking at his skills. I like to use this on my Masashi. Now, this one's not bad neither. I guess they're both okay. I usually use this one on mine, but I guess this one's fine too. But this one only attacks once. This one attacks 5 times. I feel like this one will do more damage overall, but this one has a really high multiplier. I never use it, so like I said, it could be. We can leave it. It's not skilled up anyways. Nothing on it skilled up, so it doesn't really matter. And this is the one I usually use as well. I've been looking at this passive. I've been using this passive for Guild Wars. He's ruined okay. The thing is, he's got too much crit rate. He doesn't need all this crit rate. Because what happens is, if you get enough speed on him, his speeds, it gives him more crit rate. So for every 30 speed he has, he gets 10% crit rate. So the more speed, the more crit rate. I mean, I'm sure you just threw these runes on him because they were the best runes that you had at the time. So like here, I would make this a speed. I would actually make this a speed slot too, instead of an attack. And yes, of course, it's going to lower his attack, yes. But I feel like you'll get more damage out of it. And this rune would probably better be used on somebody else. So let's see if we can get him back on an agile side. I just think speed would be better for him here. Let's attack. This is speed, but we don't really need crit rate that much. HP, speed. So this one here, yeah, I would put this one on him. No, you have a lot of Kyanite, so I could upgrade these runes. I could pause it in a minute and upgrade these runes for you. I'm going to leave him like that for now, and that should bring him up in speed. And again, the crit rate is fine because you're going to, for every 30 speed you have, you're going to get 10% crit rate. So the crit rate is totally fine. Cleo, now I feel like she is too slow. Again, it depends what you're using it for. I don't want to say she's too slow because for some content, you don't necessarily need speed. For some content, you do. It's just the way that I like to build my monsters. I like to make my monsters super fast. But again, it's not the end all be all. It's whatever you have on your account, whatever runes you have on your account, whatever content you're doing. Same thing like Crazy Pants. He didn't have a lot of defense, so we went with speed and HP. It's just what's in your box, what you're farming, you know, what you're keeping, what you're selling. And that's what it comes down to when you're ruining up your stuff. You do have a speed slot too, it's just everything else is lacking speed. But she is on a Berserk set, so I mean, we can leave her alone. Me, I just like to have mine fast because of this skill right here. Invincibility and the defense break and the revive. I like to have mine really fast so she goes through these skills as much as possible. That's just my personal opinion. We'll see if we can get more speed on her. Your Elven Queen is totally fine, it looks like. HP, defense, yeah, speed. She looks totally fine to me. Again, you want to stop maxing out these magic and common runes. I'm noticing that too. You have a lot of magic and common runes maxed out. Speed. Now, I would not run speed slot 2 on Dragoon. She does not need it. You can go double defense, HP. Definitely do not want crit damage. And I'm not saying later game when you have beautiful runes, you can definitely run a damage dealing Dragoon. I see it all the time. But where you are in the game, you just want her tanky as possible. That's what you're looking for here. You want her super tanky, ton of defense, as much defense as you can, and some HP to back up the defense because she, you know, heals off of HP and all that stuff. So for now, we're going to take that one off of her. Leave these. So I'm just removing runes now. Then I'm going to pause it. I'm going to, you know, fix everything up. I just want you guys to see the before. Then I'm going to come back in and do the after. Now, this isn't bad. You got her built as a damage dealer, which is fine. Let's just see what she's got here. Attack. Attack. Crit damage. We might use these runes on somebody else. Not sure about that yet. Okay, again, the Druid, it's too slow. So we're going to take off this HP. HP. Defense. And this is like exactly how you want to rune for Lair too. You want to do, usually on your support, you want to do speed, defense, HP. That's usually how you're going to go for Lair. So when you start ruining your Lair team, and that's pretty much what you're ready for. My recommendation, like even when you guys look at this account, he's got the same Lair team that I have, and he's got a ton of Holy Swordsmen in his storage. He's got like maybe like 10 more. I pulled out 2 of them so he can build 3 and his Bone King. And I'm actually running this team now, and I actually, been really upgrading my team, and the team is actually really, really fast, and it's really reliable. So that's a team I'm definitely going to recommend to you. And you already have like a lot of it built. So you got your 1 Holy Swordsman built already. You have your Bone King built already. You have your Una built already. You have your Jungle Heart working, which is good. She doesn't really need to be 6-star. You could leave her at 5-star. That's fine. Especially in the beginning. Now you got your 2 Holy Swordsmen. And I pulled out your Golem as well. And you want to get him built. And that's your Lair team. And that's what you want to start grinding now. You want to pop an XP booster. And you want to get this stuff built up. And then on the side, you want to hit some some C12 and some L12. Get some HP slot 6. Some defense slot 6. Same thing with slot 4. Get some speed slot 2s. And you'll be ready to start, going straight into Lair once you get your monsters leveled up to 6 stars. And with the Golem, when you build the Golem, you want him to be under 10 speed. I made the mistake on Crazy Pants accounts the other day. I didn't touch his Golem, and I didn't realize that his Golem was plus 30 speed. And that's actually not how you want it. You want the Golem to be as slow as possible. The slower, the better. So just keep that in mind when you're building your Golem. You don't need any speed on him. You just want to stack as much HP on his slot 2, 4, and 6 and try to get some defense and substats just to hold up that HP. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. So that's the ones we're going to focus on. Your Medusa's good. She's good. I mean, she could be faster, but again, if you can see the runes, we're probably not going to be able to get her too much faster. She doesn't have runes. Holy Swordsman, he looks like he's in the good direction. So once you upgrade these, he should be good for your first Lair team. And you're going to build your other 2 Holy Swordsmen exactly the same way. So we're going to work on these. We're going to re-rune your Druid, your Dragoon, your Masashi. Poseidon will leave her, and we're going to re-rune your Mermaid. We're going to leave her alone because Arcanist. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. You said you were farming C12 and L12, no problem. I saw you had like a 30-second run on your C12. So just grind up this Lair team, which I just showed you. And farm a little C12 on the side to get some extra, HP, defense, slot 4 and 6. So I'm going to pause it. I'll be right back. I'm going to do some changes on his monsters, and I will be right back. And poof, we're back. Okay, it wasn't too bad. The one thing with this account, it's lacking runes. zmurph, you definitely need to start farming up some runes. Now, I made some switches. I didn't do any upgrades or anything like that because I don't like using people's Kalinite. Because Kalinite is a precious, precious thing. So I want him to make the upgrades as if he wants or however he wants to do it. I think this mermaid looks a million times better than it looked before. Because she should be fast because she is a support. She has a heal. She has a revive. I mean, this doesn't matter as much because it's when dying. And he's almost got it fully skilled up. But I still feel like she should be faster because she is a support unit. We didn't touch Poseidon. I changed his rune. You just want to upgrade his rune here. Because I took off the attack percentage. I didn't touch her because you really don't have any Berserk runes. So there's really not much I can do here because you're lacking Berserk runes. I would say in the future just try to get her a little bit faster. Elven Queen, I didn't touch her. I left her alone. Dragoon, as you can see, we got her on a slot 2 HP percentage. Slot 6 defense. Slot 4 defense with a defense set. So she will be stacked with defense by the time you were done. And once you upgrade the HP, the 6-star rune, her HP will be nice and tanky. I didn't touch your Arcanist. I left her alone because I don't want to touch the monsters that you're using to farm C12 because that's where you're going to need to be farming as you build your Lair team. I didn't touch your Holy Swordsman. I didn't do anything with her. Medusa, I didn't touch her because anything that had Berserk runes on it, there wasn't really anything I could do because you only have very limited runes and I don't want to use common or magic runes or anything like that that aren't upgraded. So I just stuck to what you had, made a couple switches, and just went with that. Now you do have a set on him, on your goblin, so you could always use this set too on another damage dealer if you want to. Bone King, I feel like this slot here. Now, I know you have a destruction set on him. Again, I didn't want to touch him, but I feel like you're super early game. You shouldn't worry about having so much as a destruction set on him as much as you should worry about having him, you know, with a ton of crit damage and a ton of attack. But again, it's up to you. I don't like to go, you know, too crazy and messing with your stuff because, again, you're probably using him in places as well. Again, she has very low crit rate, but if you break this set up and mix it with some other sets, like with your Spider Queen, I'm sure you can get a really good set out of it. Again, your Spider Queen actually probably has one of your best damage dealing sets on her, but I don't want to touch her because she's probably your farmer. So I left her alone, but when you start farming Lair, you could probably move this over to a Holy Swordsman. But the Holy Swordsman doesn't need this much speed. You could definitely get rid of some of the speed when you do that. Succubus was fine. I mean, she needs to be a little faster. Maybe you can like try to get a... You don't want to max this out because it's a magic rune. And I tried to find like a better rune, but it's just... I just couldn't find any. Now, I'm pretty sure she's faster than everything else in your... Which was what I was trying to make sure of. As long as she's faster than your damage dealers, which she totally is, then she's fine because you want her to put up that attack buff and the defense break before your damage dealers move. That is the most important thing. I did re-rune your shaman. Now he's nice and fast. Tanky. I'll show you the runes. I was able to find this rune. I don't know where I found it, but I found it. It is a broken set, but hey, early game broken set. As long as he has the stats, the broken set does not matter. Una, I left her alone. She is fine. She's going to be good to go right into your Lair team. She's got good defense, decent HP. She's on a broken set, but again, that's totally fine. Especially when you're early game like this. Jungle Heart, you're just going to throw some runes on her. She just needs HP, defense, speed. That's all she needs, and she's good to go. Then you're going to start working on your 2 Holy Swordsmen and your Golem. And once you get those built, I can come back and start building you a Lair team, pretty much. But for now, you should be totally good. Totally okay to start farming, you know, some runes up, some more runes up, because I'll show you guys, like here, like, he only has 129 runes, and a lot of these runes are just not worth upgrading. Like, this isn't bad, but again, what are you going to do with an attack, you know, speed with defense and hit percentage? I mean, you could use it on a broken set, but to waste Kali Knight upgrading that, I just don't see it. Now, this rune here, you can probably get use out of this, because it does have 15% crit rate on it, which is good. It's got crit damage and HP and defense. So I was figuring you can use this on your Holy Swordsman. So once you start building your other 2 Holy Swordsmen, you're going to need 2 more damage sets. So I left this here for you so you can put these on your Holy Swordsman, on one of your Holy Swordsmen, and that will start you off really good. Then you had this one here, which is a maxed out speed, defense. Now, again, I could have went with a broken set on something, but sometimes, like, I just feel like the way we've ruined this stuff is good, so we didn't necessarily need to go with a broken set. So just be aware that you have those 2 runes in your storage now. So maybe if you want to, like, you know, because I didn't want to take her off Berserk because you had her on Berserk, but we could have put a broken set on her to give her the extra speed, or even here. You could probably put your Succubus on a broken set maybe then. Where is that rune? What we can do here is we can put this here. We can just leave her on a broken set. Oh no, this has 4 speed. We can... Oh, perfect. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Now she's definitely going to be the fastest. That's good. So that worked out good. Again, she's not going to be doing much damage, but you're using her more for the attack up and the defense down. Lynch, I didn't touch him because I'm sure you're using him to farm C12, so I didn't want to start breaking apart your C12 team because that's what you're going to want to start farming. Shaman, as I showed you, we got him good. Demonic Swordsman, you want to make him just a little bit faster. And he is good to go as well for now. He's got 100% crit rate. Yeah, he's good. You just want him to be a little bit faster. Other than that, he's good. Hattori's a really good monster. I see you had a Berserk set on her, but these aren't really... They're not really great runes, so I didn't bother taking them off and trying to switch it with something else. Because they're very limited. And that was pretty much it. So now you're going to start... First thing you want to do is you want to pop an XP booster, build up these 2 Holy Swordsmans, that Jungle Heart and this Golem, get your Lair team rolling, and farm C12, a little more C12 than anything because you want Agile and Blessing sets to go into Lair with. because you really don't have many defense runes. I mean, you could like de-rune this stuff. Like you could de-rune your mermaid now. Once you have the monsters built, I can come back and I can definitely get you a Lair team out of what you have here. That is not a problem. Because we can just use the runes off of her. We can take the runes, you know, from the mermaid and we can put them onto your supports for your Lair team. It's just a matter of building up those monsters. So once you get those monsters built up, I'll come back and I'll build you a Lair team. You know Spaceballs loves you guys and I'll help you guys in any way I can. Even after the video, I'm still here to help you guys. I always help you all the way through. So that's pretty much it for your box. So just make sure you upgrade all these runes that I was changing around. And just get to farming. That's really what it is. That's really all you need to do. You just need to be here. You're going to be farming this right here. Stage 1. And just get that Lair team going. I'm guessing you're using Spider Queen as your farmer. I'm thinking. Yeah, from what it looks like, because she's fully skilled up, it looks like you're using Spider Queen. But this is what you want to start building, because you already have your Bone King built. You have everything else built already, so yeah. And your Jungle Heart. And she, you might even be able to get away with keeping her at 5 stars. I don't think she's that important to get to a 6-star right now. I think, you know, this stuff is more important to bring to a 6-star. Jungle Heart, you can just leave as a 5-star. I'm pretty sure you can get away with that. So you just want to come, pop an XP booster, do this, and farm a little bit of C12 on the side. And as you farm the C12 on the side, you'll get those little bit of extra runes that you need. And you should be good to go. Yeah, you are using Spider Queen for sure, because she works really good. Okay, so now let's, yeah, that's it. So you're going to be, and I'm not sure where you are on the growth plan. Check out the growth plan. Yeah, you want to keep grinding this. You're doing a good job with this, but keep grinding this. Keep going with this. The more you grind this, the more resources you get, the more monsters you get, which is always good. As far as your arena goes, I would do a 1 monster defense and just farm up your totems as much as you can. Yeah, you see you have no totem really, just the speed one. So I would definitely drop this to a 1 monster defense and just farm your totems to death. And buy this skill cat. You see, you want to make sure you're buying the skill cat every single week. I'm not going to buy it, but you should be buying it. That is something you should be doing every single week. Especially now that you're going to start building your Lair team. You want to have as many skill cats as possible. So definitely start working on that. And the easiest way to do that is to have a 1 monster defense and just let people farm you so you can farm them back. And then every day you'll get so many, you know, medals, and you'll be able to upgrade your totems in no time. It's something that Spaceballs lacks on big time, and I don't do because I've been trying to push arena and I shouldn't. I should just focus on my totems. And a lot of people do it, trust me. You're not the only one. And Thanos as well. Make sure you're hitting your Thanos every single day. Even if you're not getting a super high score, it doesn't matter. It's okay. You still want to be doing this every single day. It's really important that you do this as well. So those are the things that you should be doing for now. So farming up your Lair team, getting your Lair team ready, C12 on the side, Thanos, and farming your totems. Those are the things that you should be focusing on. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this one. zmurph, I'm sorry I made you wait all day. It's just I had a bunch of stuff going on. My computer has been crazy, and you know, I had a liquid cool leak in my system, and now my CPU is like running high, and I had somebody here, and it's like still running high, so I'm going to have this person come back. So it's just been a big hassle, but once you get your Lair team built up, I'll come back and I'll help you with your first Lair team. That is not a problem. I have no problem doing that. To everybody else, if you're not a part of the giveaway, make sure you go down to the description and you get a part of the giveaway. And I believe that is in 3 days from now, we'll be pulling the winner for that. And we're climbing up to 800 subs, so I'm sure we'll be having another giveaway right after that. But as always, guys, Spaceballs loves you. I'll see you in the next one. Spaceballs out. Peace.